Hi there, I'm Lillian Larty and welcome to iwantmybodyback.co.uk. And in today's video I've come to talk to you about how to sort out your eating habits and have the better body you want, part 2. So I've shared in total 5 steps that you can take to having the better body you want through sorting out your eating habits. So to see the previous 3 steps that I've covered before, then go to the previous video. So in today's video I'm just going to cover the last 2 steps. So the next step is basically to keep it realistic. Now, when I help people all the time to sort out their eating habits, have the better body that they want, etc. Now, they come to me and they say, right, well, Lillian, I've got to cut all of this out and I've got to start eating all of this, and it just seems so much. They become overwhelmed, they become fearful because there is pain in giving up the food that they've always eaten and they've enjoyed, or the pain of giving up the drink that they've always drunk. And it's like, I know this is not good for me, it's going to be painful, but what am I going to do? And as always, I always say, do it one step at a time, but most of all, be realistic. Now, for example, if you know that you're someone, you don't have breakfast in the morning, okay, and you don't have lunch every day, for example, okay, instead of you facing this, what can seem like a huge giant in front of you, like, oh, does that mean I've got to have breakfast every day, I've got to have lunch every day, if you know you're not that way inclined anyway, the first thing is, okay, well, let's be realistic. Are you really going to have breakfast every day? If you're not, then just start with one day of the week that you're going to have breakfast, okay? If you know that you're realistically not going to have lunch every day, then start with one day that you can have lunch. And then from there, you build it up. So then the following week you say, okay, last week I had lunch on a Wednesday. Next week, let me see if I can have lunch on a Wednesday and a Friday, for example. Okay, so keep these changes realistic, okay, within your lifestyle. And then lastly, always, I say to people, if you find that you're struggling, if you know you're going to be cheating, if you're likely to give up at the first challenge, if you know you're not feeling motivated either, then get professional help. Sometimes when you're too close to the thing that needs attention the most, it can seem too overwhelming. You can't see the wood for the trees. You just think, oh, this is too much, I'm not even going to get started. But yet you know that you need to start doing something. That is when you need to get professional help. Now, there's no weakness in that. There's no shame in that. In fact, it's much better to get professional help because you're more likely to advance further and more quickly with the professional help than you are if you struggle alone and try to figure it all out, and it just becomes too much. So make sure it's realistic, okay, and make sure that you get professional help if you know you're lacking motivation, you're likely to give up and cheat, or you just find that you're struggling. Okay, so those are the 2 last steps that I'm going to share with you. For the other 3 steps, go to my previous video on how to sort out your eating habits and have the better body you want, and then make those changes slowly, and then let me know how you get on. Now, to receive more videos like this, or my weekly e-zine, where I can help you to get a better body, have less pain, and feel more re-energized, simply email me at info@iwantmybodyback.co.uk.